Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, November 11th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Toronto Raptors. Oklahoma City went to the wire against the Bucks before falling in double overtime. Of course, one could look at that with a bit of a jaded eye, as the Bucks were without Antetokounmpo, Holiday and Chris Middleton, though it was still a solid showing for a young team trying to find their identity. Toronto is without Siakam here, and the loss of Achiuwa is a blow for them as well. With that said, the Raptors have won 4 of 6, while Oklahoma City has dropped 4 straight games entering this contest. VanVleet is coming off a big game in the win over Houston Wednesday night, and he has another good showing here. The Raptors keep Gilgeous-Alexander in check to deliver a victory in this contest. Toronto Raptors minus 4.5 points. With the way the NBA goes these days, if you are unable to consistently shoot the 3-ball, you are going to have problems scoring. Oklahoma City comes into this game second last in 3-point shooting percentage, and that is the primary reason why they are marred in a 4-game losing streak. They are top 10 in pace, with Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey at the helm, but Giddey has been cold from the outside to open the year. Oklahoma City played a double overtime game on Wednesday, and their coach indicated that they looked gassed by the second OT. That could come into play here, even with a day off in between. Look for the Thunder to be sluggish on the offensive end, and for this game to go under 21 points. San Antonio Spurs vs Milwaukee Bucks. I will be picking the San Antonio Spurs and laying the point, -1, in this game, as the Bucks are dealing with some injury concerns. Giannis Antetokounmpo could be out in this game, and so could Jrue Holiday. If these two can't play, then I see the Bucks struggling on the defensive end of the floor. The Spurs are scoring the 13th most points per game, and they have the 16th highest team shooting percentage in the NBA. They have shown that they can score with their opponents, they have just struggled on the defensive end of the court. But, I don't see the Bucks being as efficient if Antetokounmpo isn't playing in this game. Regardless, I see the Spurs keeping the game close, as they are 7-5 Austrian shillings this season. The Bucks have also struggled on the offensive end of the court at different times, as they have the 21st lowest adjusted offensive rating in the league. They are scoring the 14th most points per game, and they have continued to struggle from the field. They aren't consistently knocking down shots, as they have the 22nd highest team shooting percentage in the NBA. I'm not expecting the Bucks to announce who will play in this game until right before the tip, but I still like the Spurs in this game. They have the 7th highest team shooting percentage from behind the arc, and they are scoring the 13th most points per game, as they will score enough points to cover the spread in this game. Pick the San Antonio Spurs at home and lay the point, -1. Although the Bucks have been dynamic to open the year, they are only averaging 111 points per game, good for 19th in the NBA. They have won games primarily with their stringy work on the defensive end, in addition to their dominance on the glass. They are allowing the least amount of points per game, with the lowest field goal percentage. The total number has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, and 8 of their last 10 at the AT&T Center. The Spurs are not a very good defensive team, so the Bucks will get whatever spot they want and meet their season average. The same cannot be said for the young rebuilding Spurs. Take the under here with confidence. Memphis Grizzlies vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves aren't playing well at the moment and come into this game on a 2-game losing streak. They will try to put an end to their streak with a win over the Grizzlies, which will give them their second win in their last 7 games. Minnesota is averaging 114 points per game. They scored 117 points in their last game, making 52.6% of their field goals and 33.3% of their three-pointers. Rudy Gobert led the way for the Timberwolves with 25 points and 11 rebounds. Jaden McDaniels finished with 24 points and 8 rebounds, while D'Angelo Russell added 20 points and 6 assists. Minnesota has struggled defensively, giving up 115.8 points per game. They gave up 129 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to win this game. The Timberwolves have lost 5 of their last 6 games and 2 of their 3 road games. Even though they are playing well offensively, they have struggled on the road where they are scoring less than 110 points per game and making less than 30% of their three-pointers. Even though they usually rebound the ball well, their rebounding wasn't very good in their last 3 games, so don't expect them to get a lot of extra scoring opportunities against the Grizzlies, who are grabbing over 60 rebounds per game at home. They were also very careless with the ball in their last 3 games, turning it over more than 20 times per game, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are playing very well defensively, especially at home, and will keep Minnesota's offense in check. The Grizzlies have won 4 of their last 5 games and 3 of their last 4 home games. They are playing very well offensively, scoring more than 117 points per game at home. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass and they've been careful with the ball. The Timberwolves aren't very good defensively and they struggled in their last 3 games, giving up more than 120 points per game in their last 3 games and will have a hard time slowing down the Grizzlies, so go with Memphis to cover the spread. Take Memphis Grizzlies -5 points. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been in a funk as they've lost 5 of their past 6 games, and they will be hoping to avoid a 3rd straight defeat after getting scorched by the Suns in a 129-117 loss on Wednesday. Rudy Gobert led the way with 25 points, 11 rebounds and 3 blocks. Jaden McDaniels added 24 points, 8 rebounds and 3 assists, while D'Angelo Russell chipped in with 20 points and 6 assists. As a team, the Timberwolves shot 52% from the field and 9 of 27 from the three-point line, but their defense left a lot to be desired as they were always fighting an uphill battle after allowing the short-handed Suns to explode for 39 points in the first quarter. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies have been in great shape as they've won 4 of their last 5 games, and they will be feeling pretty good after sneaking past the Spurs in a 124-122 overtime win on Wednesday. Ja Morant led the way with 32 points and 5 assists on 14 of 25 shooting. Desmond Bane added 32 points with 6 assists, while Dillon Brooks chipped in with 13 points. As a team, the Grizzlies shot 51% from the field and 14 of 32 from the three-point line as they squandered an early 14-point lead before making up for it in overtime to escape with a narrow win. Although Minnesota has been a great under team, this is a perfect spot for the over to hit here. The Grizzlies have a terrible defense but can put up a ton of points. Along with that, the Timberwolves are playing at a pace of 105.3, which ranks 2nd in the NBA, while Memphis plays at a pace of 102.3, which ranks 16th. In the Grizzlies' last 5 games, they are averaging 221.4 ppg, while the Timberwolves are averaging 231.8 ppg, which is why I like the over. Both teams can score while both teams' defenses leave a lot to be desired, and along with the fast pace both play at should allow the over to cash.